Hi everyone, my name's Emma and I'm trying to share my experience applying to Australian med schools with all of you watching. And this video is going to be all about my application process, my application experience to Monash University for their med school program. Let's go. Before I get into all of my specific details, dates, and timelines, I just want to preface it that I am Canadian, and so I'm an international student applying to the Australian medical schools, and I applied through this awesome service called Austrek. And I can do another video later all about Austrek and how great they are, but I just wanted to get that out there. Also, I applied for the 2019 program start date, so that means I applied all throughout 2018. So if you're applying in 2019, 2020, or any other year after that, please make sure you check with all of the websites and things to make sure that the information is correct and up to date. So if we're talking timelines, then March 5th was when Austrek submitted my application. Again, I gave all of my things to Austrek, and then Austrek submitted them to the universities when the applications were open. So pretty soon after applications open, Austrek submitted my information. And then I didn't hear anything back for a while. It wasn't actually until August 12th that I received an email invitation to an interview in Vancouver. Now, Monash's interview system is really cool. They actually do in-person interviews, which I was really excited about. But I indicated on my application form that I am closer to Toronto, and if you know the geography of Canada, Toronto and Vancouver are not close. You cannot attend Toronto and Vancouver unless you're rolling in it and can buy a last-minute flight, and to me, I couldn't, and that wasn't worth it for me. So I emailed back just clarifying that this wasn't some sort of confusion, that if I was getting an interview, that my interview was actually going to be based in Toronto, and if so, what were the next steps to make sure that I was scheduled in on time. And the reply I got back was actually a little disheartening. It was actually pretty much, oh, you didn't uphold competitively against all of the Toronto applicant pool, so you just got put into the second round. Whenever anything opened up, we just sent it to you. So there was more space in the Vancouver pool than there was in the Toronto pool. And I emailed back, thank you, but no thanks. Essentially, I cannot make it out to Vancouver to do that interview. Thank you for the consideration. And then on August 14th, so just 2 days later, so I'm really glad that I did follow up. On August 14th, I received an email saying you can have exactly this time slot in Toronto because someone dropped out, and I quickly accepted it. So I definitely took away from this lesson, make sure that you are following up and that you are just clarifying any questions or any details, because hey, maybe because I followed up I got that first shot, or maybe I literally was next in line in the Toronto pool. I'll never know. But actually, on August 16th, I gave up that spot. And you'll find out if you watch the rest of my videos why or why not, but I did get an offer of admission to the school that I really, really wanted to go to. I'm not going to tell you what that school is. Obviously, it's not Monash. And I know I was really disheartened to not get the interview, so I didn't want to take an interview place away from someone else. Knowing I would not be going to Monash, I decided to relinquish my spot and hope that someone else could interview there and that's their next shot or their second chance and they actually do get in. I hope someone's life was changed by being able to do that interview. And my interview would have been in person on August 21st, and then I am told that the deadline or the time that you would hear is a few weeks, so you probably hear about mid-September whether or not you got in after that. But I'll never know, and I'm okay with that. I really wanted to do the in-person interview just to see what it would be like, just to have that experience, but I just really couldn't sit on my conscience knowing that I wasn't going to go to Monash. Some of the nitty-gritty details about Monash is based in Melbourne. It's only 80 students in their first year, so it's a very small cohort, which is definitely really appealing to me. Obviously I didn't go there, so maybe you'll be able to figure out what school I did go to. And 15 of those are international spots, so about a quarter of the class, which percentage-wise is a lot bigger than some of the other schools, but it's still a small number of students, so the odds of being with another Canadian may be slim, but could be really interesting and really cool to see. Monash is a 4-year program, just like all of the other programs that I applied to, and it did seem to value some things that I really did value as well. But another school stole my heart and I got in before my interview, so I just had to give up that spot. So that's my almost interview experience with Monash University in Melbourne. If you want to hear more of my experiences and actually hear about some of the interviews I did, be sure to subscribe because I'll be uploading those soon. And you know, I'm going to do an announcement of which school I actually chose and more interview tips, tricks, more of my experience in the application process, and of course I hope to be documenting my time actually in Australia. So be sure to subscribe if you're interested in medicine or just interested in my life. Give it a like, comment below. Do you want to go to Monash? Are you interested in medicine? What schools are you looking at? Let's have a conversation, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.